Friday edition of Tesla Shorts Time, episode 544 for July 17th, 2026. I'm Patrick, coming to you from Vancouver. Here's what's wrapping up the week in Tesla land. Tesla opens its first public Megacharger in California, unlocking 1.2 megawatt speeds for semi-fleets. The station in Bloomington, about an hour east of Los Angeles, features 6 stalls, each rated for 1.2 megawatts peak power. It is open to all Tesla Semi customers and represents the first public high-power charging option for the truck. This extends the charging network beyond fleet depots and supports longer routes for early Semi operators. The development ties directly into the ongoing Semi production ramp at Giga Texas, where real-world range and charging logistics remain key open questions. Listeners should watch for utilization data once more units are on the road. Yesterday, we covered the latest semi-fleet activity, and this public site moves the commercial operations story forward by testing high-power economics outside depots. The Semi will headline 2 fleet-focused events this month. The truck is scheduled to appear at a pair of industry gatherings aimed at commercial fleet operators. These appearances follow the opening of the public Megacharger. Fleet economics and real-world uptime remain the primary metrics fleet managers are evaluating. Production volume at Giga Texas continues to set the pace for wider availability. The events continue the truck's gradual introduction to potential buyers beyond early adopters, now shifting from charging infrastructure to the vehicle that will use it most. Tesla launched robotaxi service in Miami with a limited footprint. The initial deployment covers a small geographic zone due to regulatory and operational limits. Early users are testing within boundaries, and expansion is tied to safety data and approvals. This connects to the Cybercab program we discussed yesterday, where unsupervised regulatory approval and production timeline remain the primary gating items. The small service area shows how current constraints shape the early rollout before wider unsupervised operation. Attentive listeners will want to track what additional approvals come next. From current autonomy progress, we turn to the broader financial picture investors will hear next. Tesla scheduled its Q2 earnings call for July 22. The webcast is set for 5:30 p.m. ET with live Q&A. Focus is expected on robotaxi, Optimus, and energy storage. The call follows the recent delivery beat and the 3-pronged growth strategy. Investors will listen for updates on how these programs fit into capital plans. From Tesla's own capital plans, we move to an external energy move by its leader. Musk acquired an energy firm valued at approximately $1 billion for AI compute needs. Federal Trade Commission filings show the purchase of new APR Energy via a holding company. The acquired assets add generation capacity whose integration with Tesla Energy remains undisclosed. The move brings additional power resources that could support large-scale compute loads. From large-scale energy assets, we look at how Tesla is faring in one key emerging market. Tesla posted muted first-year results in India. Fewer than 500 vehicles were registered while German luxury brands outsold it significantly. High import duties and the lack of local production keep prices uncompetitive. The company has not announced plans for an assembly facility there. Success will depend on future policy changes or lower-cost models. From sales headwinds abroad, we turn to a straightforward regulatory fix at home. NHTSA ordered a headlight fix on older Tesla models. The recall targets specific earlier builds to meet federal lighting standards. Free repairs will be available at service centers. No production line changes are required, indicating the issue is limited to vehicles already on the road. Owners will receive notices for the work. From hardware recalls, we move to software-driven performance quirks. The new Model Y performance posted faster 0 to 60 times without launch mode engaged. Testing showed quicker acceleration when the mode is not used. The results suggest powertrain mapping or traction behavior differs under the preset parameters. Owners seeking quickest times may need to adjust their routine. The finding highlights how software calibration affects expected performance. From vehicle dynamics, we turn to smaller product and market updates. Bioweapon defense mode is now standard on more trims. The HEPA filtration system is included at no extra cost on select Model Y and Cybertruck variants. It was previously optional on some configurations. The change differentiates premium hardware offerings through included features. It improves cabin air quality in polluted or wildfire-prone regions. From in-car features, we move to new retail and consumer items. Tesla entered Uruguay with the Model 3 and Model Y. Direct sales began using existing right-hand drive and left-hand drive variants. No volume targets or pricing details were released. The move adds another South American market to the direct sales footprint. It follows the pattern of incremental country-by-country expansions. From new markets, we turn to non-vehicle Tesla-branded products. Tesla launched a magnesium balance bike for kids. The $225 model is for ages 2 to 5 with 5 height settings and a 66.1 pound weight limit. Minimum leg length is listed at 13.7 inches. The product carries the Tesla wordmark and is sold directly through the company store. It extends the line of branded consumer goods beyond apparel. Tesla's low-cost vehicle program continues to target aggressive cost reductions while maintaining core vehicle capabilities. Specific engineering and manufacturing approaches remain under development. No customer delivery window has been confirmed. The effort is separate from the current Model 3 and Model Y lines. The program aims at a distinct vehicle line focused on lower price points. Development work continues without overlap to existing production vehicles. From retail products, we turn to the week's deeper infrastructure discussion. Owners report that FSD can be toggled mid-drive to correct routing without stopping the vehicle. The workaround addresses cases where the system selects an undesired route. Drivers are actively managing the supervised system in real time while navigation logic improves. The behavior shows a practical response to current supervised limitations. Xpeng announced plans to begin mass production of its own humanoid robots by late 2026. The timeline positions the Chinese automaker as an early competitor in the physical AI hardware space. No details on target applications or unit economics were released with the announcement. The move adds another entrant to the race alongside Tesla's Optimus program, where volume production remains targeted for 2027 and beyond. An Xpeng SUV was spotted charging at a Tesla supercharger in Australia during testing. The sighting suggests ongoing interoperability work or simple convenience for the development team. It highlights how non-Tesla vehicles are increasingly accessing the network. No official partnership details were shared. There is a challenge worth discussing in Tesla's India operations. The company registered fewer than 500 vehicles in its first full year. Luxury German brands posted significantly higher volumes during the same period. Import duties and the absence of local manufacturing continue to limit price competitiveness. The company has not signaled plans for an Indian assembly site. Success will depend on whether policy changes or a future lower-cost model can improve affordability. Charging infrastructure has traditionally been sized to the daily energy needs of passenger cars. Tesla's decision to place a 1.2 megawatt public Megacharger therefore sits outside that frame. The stall rating is driven by the energy density and duty cycle of the Semi, not by sedan or SUV patterns. This reverses the usual sequence in which light-duty vehicles set the specification and commercial trucks follow. A 1.2 megawatt connection demands upstream electrical infrastructure that most retail sites never contemplated. For Tesla Energy, the implication is straightforward because Megapack deployments can now be sited to serve both grid services and vehicle charging without separate interconnection studies. The open question is whether the same sites can maintain high utilization once semi-volumes rise. Before we go, keep an eye on how the Miami robotaxi service area evolves with the next round of regulatory feedback. That covers it for today's Tesla developments. TSLA closed at $391.06, down $3.40, 0.9%. Share this episode with a fellow Tesla enthusiast if you found it useful, and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's episode. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for being here. Quick tip from the Found Network: try first principles daily next. Reasoning from raw materials, not analogy, on the breakthroughs that actually cut cost. Every Nara Network show is free at naranetwork.com. The age of AI puts real builders on the phone with an AI host. Apply at naranetwork.com/age-of-AI apply. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.